Budweiser, the official beer of NASCAR, proud to sponsor the Bud Pole Award given to the fastest qualifier at each NASCAR Winston Cup race, Ryan Newman, for the 5th time this season. The fast man in time trials. Since 1979, Anheuser-Busch has awarded more than $8 million as title sponsor of NASCAR's Pole Award program. 43 drivers set to go. Here's a look at the starting lineup for the Pennsylvania 500. Jimmy Johnson, last week's race winner, alongside Ryan Newman on the front row. Newman looking to be the first driver to win 4 times this season. Bobby Labonte's a 3-time Pocono winner. He's outside row number 2.
See John Andretti, Terry Labonte back in row 3. Andretti, great qualifying run.
And a couple of former Pocono winners, Rusty Wallace, Dale Jarrett, 7 wins between them in row 4. While you look at the rest of the starting field, you got somebody you want to talk to there, Walt?
Yeah, let's see if we can reach Dale Jr. Hey, Dale, this is Wally up in the booth. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You ready for 500 miles of fun here at Pocono?
Yeah, it is fun. Cool thing about this place probably is running 206 miles an hour downshifting into 3rd gear. I think that takes a lot of guts really to be able to do that, especially going into a corner like that. But it's a fun racetrack. We're going to be shifting on the back straightaway today, so that kind of helps me keep from overdriving the corner. So that's kind of why I like doing that. We got a pretty good car. We got it out in.
Did you have to make many changes from the final practice yesterday?
Well, we weren't good at all in the first practice, so we made a lot of changes in between the first practice and the second practice. And the car was really good. I was real happy with the car, so we just bumped a little bit of bite into it to start the race with, so we got a good, comfortable car, hopefully, and just kind of ease that bite out all day long as the track gets tighter.
Okay, man. Good luck.
All right.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. going to start in row number 9, the 18th position for today's Pennsylvania 500.
And you saw Tony Stewart back in row 17, starting 33rd, the winner here in June.
What's up with that?
And I stopped by and talked to the crew this morning and said, well, you guys were terrific in happy hour, not so good. I mean, the first practice session, not so good in happy hour. I assume you were just trying some stuff. He said, no, we were trying. We were junk. And I saw Tony this morning, talked to him, and he said we're not very good. But I would expect when the green flag drops, the 20 car to go forward.
See, Jeff Green and Kyle Petty will have to drop to the tail end of the field for the start of today's race. And Brett Bodine failed to qualify in Larry McClure's number 4. By the way, both Green and Petty engine changes. So they go to the back under NASCAR's 1 engine per weekend rule. Half-mile track for the 500-mile distance today. The fans are on their feet. Settle in and enjoy the Pennsylvania 500 with us here on TNT.
Watch that front straightaway get filled up.
Oh, not Tony, not so fast. You got to cross the line first.
All right, there's 3. There's 4 wide. Back in the pack.
Yeah, just 4 wide. Come on, guys. 6, 7. No, just 4.
Taking it down to 3. Will they get through turn 1, lap 1 cleanly?
See, Elliott Sadler's taking over that second spot.
Got through the corner. Now the tunnel turn. The access tunnel to the infield runs underneath the corner.
Now this is where you want to be down single file. Very tough getting through here on the outside, especially early in the race.
And the shortest of the straightaways around this track before the flat turn number 3. Very important though, because it leads on to the longest straightaway in NASCAR racing. This front stretch here at Pocono, 3/4 of a mile long. Ryan Newman leads lap 1. Elliott Sadler. Jamie McMurray. Oh, Jeremy Mayfield. Trouble.
Right front tire is flat on that 19 car. He's made contact with the outside retaining wall.
Caution is out. Debris from the 19 car. Second one of the race. It's almost a replay of what happened to Mayfield last week in New Hampshire, right? Had a right front go down.
Let's see if we can see what might have happened to the 19 car that caused this damage.
Robbie Gordon with him.
Robbie Gordon's going to hook the right rear quarter panel on this 19 and turn him into the wall.
Yep.
On board the singular car of Robbie Gordon.
You see he's working the outside, getting off of turn 1. It looked like the 19 car was trying to get up.
For the rest of the year, they feel like that Saturday experience is helping, Dave.
Well, Marty, that contact with Casey Mears caused left front damage for Joe Nemechek. They fixed all that, but after they changed 4 tires and sent him back out, he thought he had a right side tire going down. They've changed 2, and now the crew is looking it over. They believe they did, in fact, have a right side front tire going down.
Bill? Turn 2, Mark Martin is in the wall. Sliding back in traffic. Man,
that's scary.
And those great race car drivers somehow missed him.
That's the worst feeling for a driver when he's sliding down the racetrack into oncoming traffic. You're just waiting to get hit again. Just see, BP. No, I think contact.
Yeah, I think that's what.
Looked like him and Earnhardt Jr. And I think he got tagged right there. That's what did it. He saved the car after he got bumped by Earnhardt.
Michael couldn't get up.
Michael, yeah.
See, there's where the radiator damage came in when the left front came around and hit with the outside retaining wall.
Ward Burton just got underneath Mark into the grass. Right along.
Inside.
Yep, he had it saved. He just got a little bump there from Michael Waltrip.
Your best shot.
Uh-oh.
Rudd's 700th consecutive race is going to end shy of the finish line. He has stopped out on course, and you can see being pushed there by the safety workers. Also, during this caution flag, a slightly demented fan ran out of the infield across the racetrack between the start-finish line and turn 1 and has disappeared into the woods, though he will shortly be apprehended by the authorities and appropriately dealt with.
Pennsylvania's finest, Will.
Yes. What was that you said before? Have a nice night in jail?
Yeah, that's
very good.
Jamie McMurray, the lap car, is driven by Michael Waltrip.
Well, Jamie's 8 laps down after that time he spent in the garage having the transmission repaired on his car. I'm sure Michael would like to see him just get gone and get out of the way so Michael can have... Oh, trouble, turn 3. Jeff Gordon is in it. Caution flag is out.
That looks about like the dent.
Oh, he's got big problems.
Yeah, big problems because the wheel.
Pretty hard with that right side, then, Jeff.
See, the left front wheel's going due south.
I can't go anywhere.
And the right front's going due west.
Second place driver in the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship lost some ground at New Hampshire last weekend when they took 4 tires on the last stop and couldn't gain back any of the lost ground. And now here today at Pocono, he's in the wall with 76 laps to go.
So we can see what happened to Jeff Gordon that caused this. Never see Gordon on the inside.
Looks like he got a little tap there once from the 77. Oh, they just checked up in front of him. 43 of Christian Fittipaldi checked up in front of him. Jeff Gordon checked up. But the problem is when you're that stacked up and you're in that tight of traffic, you can't see too far ahead of you, and it looked like those guys just got in the back of him.
Yeah, just kind of accordion together.
Yeah.
On board with Kurt Busch. We can watch the wreck unfold and listen.
Been in front of you, buddy. Just stay right there. Come on. Come on. You're clear all around. Good job, buddy. Good job. On to south.
Yellows breed yellows? Is that what you would say, BP?
Yeah, I'm telling you, do they ever.
The Pennsylvania 500 Pocono Raceway coming down to its final 100 miles, and a little fuel mileage drama beginning to be stacked up here as the checkered flag nears. The race to the finish will not include that machine. Tony Stewart running second laps ago when it all went wrong.
Down the backstretch, all of a sudden something in the engine goes south. All the smoke, we know it's over.
Coach Gibbs, a disappointing day. A disappointing day in what has been a disappointing season for Tony Stewart. Problems on the 20 car have cropped up from time to time through the year, hampering his championship defense. Here's a wreck at Bristol, took him out of the race, failed to finish. Had an engine failure the following week at Texas. Got into early April. Talladega troubles. California engine troubles. And another wreck at Richmond, Virginia. Then Charlotte, more problems for Tony Stewart. Daytona, July 5th. Out of fuel.
Wow.
What a season. Caution has just come out. Casey Mears has just hit the wall in turn 1. 7th yellow flag of the Pennsylvania 500. Just before Mears hit the wall, Bobby Labonte, Jimmy Johnson, and Sterling Marlin were on pit road under green getting fuel, joining Kevin Harvick. 32 laps to go in the Pennsylvania 500. Cleanup continues in turn 1, where Casey Mears crashed a moment ago, though he did climb from the car okay. What kind of fuel strategy are we seeing played out here today? How about the leader, Ryan Newman? Marty?
Well, earlier he was 9 laps short. Matt Borland, you got any good fuel-saving tips for me?
Not really. We'll just have to see how this thing shakes out. Hopefully we'll get another couple yellows and it'll help us out.
And they think they should be able to make it all the way with these caution flag laps. NASCAR's asked him if the track is dirty. He said it's terribly dirty. It needs to be blown off. Bill?
Clark is the engine specialist for the 18 for DEI. He is the one that decided that they needed 4 caution laps. That's him in the middle of your screen right there with the dark hair and the earpieces in. Jeff was talking to crew chief Tony Uri Jr., telling him to relay to Junior, take it easy under the caution. Watch when you scrub your tires. Save as much as you can now. Junior came back and said, I'm going to scrub my tires, I'm going to go fast, and we'll probably run out, but I'm not coming in. Dave?
Well, Jim Long is
another yellow flag in the Pennsylvania 500. It has just gone into the air because Bobby Labonte first lost the engine and slid in his own oil into the wall in turn number 2. Tough day for Joe Gibbs Racing. And the 4th place man in the championship is not going to have a good weekend here at Pocono.
Blew the engine, obviously water and oil coming out of those pipes like they were on his teammate's car. Got on the rear tires and slid into the wall.
Not much you can do when that moisture gets on the speedway.
That's one thing, though. When you have a teammate out there, and that's all he's going to need is that 12 car just to slip a little bit.
Farther upper corner, rather, farther back than these two. The race for 3rd between the Dale Earnhardt Incorporated teammates. Earnhardt Jr. and Michael Waltrip. Earnhardt Jr.'s car has really faded here since that last restart.
Michael just driving by on the outside to take over 3rd spot.
And for the leaders, 0.233 seconds last time, just about the same this time. 5 laps to go.
Can't get a whole lot closer.
That time Ryan Newman gave Kurt Busch the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, that could be fair. Is he stuck in that air point where he can't get any closer? Or
yeah. Right about where these guys are running, it feels like there's a big wall of air that it's hard to get any closer. If you're going to have to, you're going to try to get on his rear bumper. If Kurt Busch is going to try to get on the bumper of Ryan Newman, he's got to do it getting into the corner.
Hey, Weber, what was that stat you threw at us on Countdown to Green? No one under 28 had ever won here at Pocono?
Only one driver in the 51 races here under the age of 28 has won at this track. Jeff Gordon did it 3 times. The last time was in 1998, 5 years ago yesterday, when he was still 27, 9 days short of his 28th birthday.
Got a 25-year-old leading and a 24-year-old second.
Here's where Kurt makes up a little. He makes the gains right there, big time in turn 1.
When he's able to run that bottom line and get that clean air on the nose of his car.
It just seems like when he gets right close to Ryan, that's when his car stops turning.
Kurt Busch has finished worse than 28th 4 of the last 6 races. Knocked him down in the championship standings to 8th place. And a whopping 605 points behind Matt Kenseth. It's going to be hard for Kurt to get back in the championship fight. What's left for him? How many wins can I score in the rest of 2003? Already this season, 3 times a victory. Bristol, California, Michigan for Ryan Newman. 3 times a winner this season. Newman at Texas, Dover, and Chicagoland. Both drivers not in the championship because of troubles they've had finishing races on several occasions this season.
Oh, here we go. Junior trying to get by his teammate Michael Waltrip for 3rd again.
Wow. Kurt Busch is a lot closer there to Newman that time, going through the tunnel turn.
I think this is right here. This third turn is where he's been losing the steam.
Right. And if he could maintain right there, getting off of 3, then I bet you he could get beside him in turn 1. But there's where he has the trouble. He's losing the air on the nose, and the car pushes up the racetrack. He lost a good car length and a half, 2 car lengths there in turn 3.
Ryan's father, left of the picture in the blue headset. His girlfriend Chrissy, just blocked from view by the crewman coming around to gather around the monitor. See if their driver can get it done over the final lap and 3/4.
Right there. Newman's got a mirror full.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Newman doesn't go down to the bottom of the racetrack in turn 1 and take away Kurt Busch's line.
Oh,
Can
boy,
he get
Ryan,
enough to loosen him? Yeah.
well, Ryan got a little bit out of the throttle just for a second.
Kurt tried to stick the nose of that Ford right up under the back bumper of Newman's Dodge and see if the air bubble can make him wiggle.
And that's what he's got to do. But, you know, Ryan is doing a good job, too, taking that line away from Kurt Busch.
White flag is up. Final lap here at Pocono. The winningest drivers in 2003 in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. Going to settle this one between them.
One more shot.
No, Newman did not take that bottom line.
Kurt really lost a lot of steam off turn 3 that last time.
He just can't get off 3 well enough, I don't think, to make a run down to the line.
This was the corner he got close to him last lap. Can he do it this one?
Yeah, he's got a good run. Didn't get through there as good enough. Last lap he got through a little bit better.
Final corner of the Pennsylvania 500. Last chance for Ryan Newman to slip and Kurt Busch steal the win away. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. 4th time this season, the checkered flag waves first over Ryan Newman. He wins the Pennsylvania 500, 3/10 of a second over Kurt Busch. Earnhardt Jr. finishes 3rd. The championship leader, Matt Kenseth, comes back to 13th after the lead. And 100,000 here at Pocono today, saluting Ryan Newman as he comes by for a little celebration spin.
I guess he's got enough fuel for a burnout.
He said he's got enough fuel for it, but he's not sure how good the tires are.
They're not any good now.
Very nice. Nice, tight, neat donuts there. Give him a good grade on that one. So Ryan Newman in victory lane for the 4th time this season, Bill.
Well, there are 7 drivers in this field under the age of 28. They have now combined to win 9 of the 20 races this season, led by this man, Ryan Newman. Victory here in Pocono.